Oh, hello, everybody. Why are you? Why?
I don't know. I just thought I'd be, can you hear us?
He's
Can
doing
you
a
hear
weird thing.
us?
Hello, Corey and Deborah. How are you guys
Hello,
today?
hello.
I know you guys are going to be a little. It's going to be a little behind and everything, but if you notice, we're back at home today. Little Lucy has a little head cold.
Yes.
And it's just a head cold, nothing crazy.
She don't have the Rona.
But she's got a little head cold, and so we just didn't feel comfortable sending her anywhere. So we're home. They're in the back. They're watching TV. They're tired. So hopefully.
Did we disconnect from our Wi-Fi?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
You should check. Hold on, we're gonna.
Sorry if the Wi-Fi is not to unconnect from our home Wi-Fi, which is why we had started doing. I guess it was only 1 week we did live videos at the other place. So yes, hopefully it will be back on. There we go. So we should be good now. We are now connected to the cell phone towers.
So those of you who haven't been with us for a while, these are things that we do every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central. I know today we're doing it a little bit early, but that's okay.
It's my fault.
It just is what it is. But especially since Lucy is not feeling well, we want to make sure that we get her in bed at a decent hour. But we do answer a lot of your liquidation questions always, and that's how this all started. So if you do have any questions, we do have some really great moderators that will hopefully be jumping on a little bit soon. They can help as well. We will, of course, answer your questions the best that we can. Put those in all caps if you can remember to do that. It makes it so much easier. Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know. How are you guys? It's been a whirlwind of a week for me. So my brain is not, oh, Desi's yelling at me. He's done outside.
Desi. It was last week was a hard week. It was a fun week because, we went to Springfield, Missouri. Took the kids to Branson one day. Then the next day we went and visited Market Street Liquidation the next day. And then we traveled back home. And it just, during the middle of the week, it was a lot of fun, but we're very much creatures of habit. We like to do the same thing kind of every day. So being gone for 2 days in the middle of the week kind of threw us off a little bit. And I think this week we're still catching up to it because usually on the weekends, we get our kind of set up for the week, go grocery shopping, get food prep done and all that. And I was so tired this weekend that I didn't get a lot of stuff done. We just rested and such.
How are you, Renee? And I don't know how to pronounce the last part of your name, but the goat.
We keep buffering. If we keep buffering out there, we're sorry. I know we're buffering on our computer, but that's maybe just because it's our computer. I don't know if it's buffering for y'all on your Wi-Fi because you may have good Wi-Fi out there. We don't know. But let us know if it's buffering, if it's good. I know we'll still keep going, but I guess maybe it will lessen the anxiety for us if we know that you are getting a good signal. And there's lots of comments coming in now.
Okay,
so,
I think we just fixed it.
Yep. The show has not, it's got one more week of episodes this next week on this coming Tuesday. But our episodes are done. We only filmed 5 episodes and those are all done. We still have not heard if they're going to do season 2 or not. That will come from the programming department. I know the ratings went up every week, or I wouldn't say they went up every week, but they made improvements. And it finished well. I know it did a lot better than What Was It Worth, which I know A&E spent a lot more money.
Oh, yeah, it was Jeff Foxworthy though.
Yeah, it was Jeff Foxworthy. They spent a lot more money advertising that show, and our show performed better than that show. They just skipped this week because of Labor Day weekend. They didn't do any episodes this week. So
look at all these great people on here. I love all of you guys. It's so good to see you guys. I kind of missed y'all. I don't know. It felt like a really long week. And because the Thursday night was not like how we normally do it, I don't know. It just felt like, I don't know. I miss this. I miss being able to sit with y'all. Yeah. So, hello, Harold.
And not have to worry about driving because I can't really focus as much when I'm driving. It's hard. So we're good now.
See. What is a good source for acquiring liquidations? That's a good question.
Very good question.
Just let me look and make sure there's other stuff going on. Jimmy has a question. Okay. So you want to answer that liquidation question?
I think the
Basically
best...
say that it's hard to answer.
It's hard to answer. We have a couple of blog posts that Jessica has awesomely written one of those. Written on our website, thefamilyflips.com. That it goes through to show you how to find liquidation places, what questions to ask to find a liquidator that you can trust. I think it's really just talking to liquidators, finding one close to you that you can go and you can look at liquidation from, that the pallets or lots. That's probably best, but then also you can look them in the face, ask them some questions, kind of get a gauge for their character and their process. So that's the best bet to do.
It's a good place to start. Here's the thing, is a lot of people, I'm getting probably 10 to 15 emails a week, not including Facebook Messenger, Instagram, and then his email. Just in my inbox alone, I'm getting 10 to 15 emails that say, hey, I live in this place. Where do I buy liquidation from? And here's the deal with that. And I'm just going to say this, and I'm probably going to have to say it many times, and that's okay. I don't have a problem with repeating myself. But there's no like best palette for everyone.
No.
If you go on here and you find people who flip pallets and you ask us all what our favorite palette is, it will likely be all different stuff. And it doesn't mean that we haven't tried their pallets or they haven't tried our pallets. It's that we have the space for this specific type of pallet, we have the capital for this specific type of pallet, and we have the time. And we have a system that works well for these specific items, and it's something that we have learned to do over time. A lot of times when you're buying liquidation, you're kind of experimenting until you find something that works for you. So I can't sit here and say, oh yeah, go buy from blah, blah, blah. I can say, hey, I had a really great experience with Market Street Liquidation in Springfield, Missouri. He did this, this, and this for me. When I received pallets, this was my experience. Maybe it's worth checking out for you. You may go look at their product and be like, I can't sell any of this. Like none of this is what I need. Like I don't need anything like this. And that's just how it is. So it's one of those where you really just want to work through that process yourself. Do as much research as you can. Find out, okay, if I have this much space, this much time, and this much money, what would be a good pallet for me to purchase?
Yeah.
And that just takes time. It's not something that anybody can tell you how to do.
Yep.
So
it is. I think right now, like I talk about in a lot of our vlogs, a lot of people who are only watch our unboxing videos, you kind of miss out on a lot of stuff by not watching the vlogs and seeing the product cycle through. But in one of the recent vlogs, I was talking about, we're buying small lots right now because we've got a lot of large items in our inventory. We only have so much space, but we're wanting to ramp up our inventory. Ow, kitty.
Oh, we got a cat. Did y'all know?
The best way to do that is to have a mix of small items and large items so that we can have more on hand. So like right now, we're really focusing on buying smaller lots, which somebody asked about the health and beauty. The first 2 boxes from 888 Lots. We haven't opened up the other 2. That is Ollie. Jessica will probably introduce him in a vlog sometime. So yes, Lucy's been wanting a cat for a long, long time.
I don't even really like cats.
Yeah.
But Ollie likes me.
And he claws.
But he's really cute.
He likes to play with people's feet dangling from this bench that we're sitting in. So, but no unexpected stuff. We got a lot of it I'd say a lot of it. We got the 2 boxes listed for the items that were going to go on eBay. We got that listed yesterday. We've already sold 1 item. I don't know, one of the creams for like $50. So yes. And then I think Julian asked about the mailbag. Are we going to buy another? Jimmy did about another mailbag. I don't. Maybe
we probably will
when we're rolling in the dough. We spent $200 on that thing, $188. We thought that, we would be able to get some money out of it, and some of it we might be able to. But for resale purposes, it's not what we wanted right now. It didn't hurt us, but I've been wanting to buy one of those for like a year. So we got it. We figured out what's inside.
It was a fun experience.
And all of it was stuff that was sent from China to Russia. And then it ended up in Canada. I guess whoever holds the contract to buy all the undeliverable mail, they're in Canada. So it was a very interesting experience. It was a lot of stuff, but definitely if we do buy one, it will be just to unbox for YouTube, for YouTube ad revenue and such, but not to try to resell it because a lot of those items were not very expensive to try and get a lot of retail value for.
Did you answer Deborah's question that all liquidation companies require a resale certificate? If not, who does not?
I think all of the ones that do purchasing online or sales online require them, and that's because of tax. Like if they don't have it, they're going to charge you tax. I know liquidation.com does not require one, but if you want to not have to pay tax, then it's good. A lot of local places, they probably do not require them if you're going to go buy one locally and pick it up yourself. But a lot of online places, they require it because it's just easier, because they can show their accountant all the resale certificates, and it's just easier accounting wise.
Oh, Kendra, good question. I'll answer our jobs before this question here in just a minute, but we're kind of on a roll here with this, so I'm going to make sure that I come back to that. But it says, do you guys write down everything you get, even if you keep or it ends up $0 or it's broken? And the answer is not yes, but also not really. We do to keep up with how much the pallet costs. We do an inventory on how much we sell just for tax purposes and everything. So we have, the invoices when we purchase something, the receipts when we purchase something. And then really all we're tracking is per pallet, how much did we pay for, and then how much did we sell. Mm-hmm. So if something ends up broken, or if something ends up, we don't have like an itemized inventory system, and that just works for us because it's the three of us, and we all have like specific areas of expertise, I guess. And so when we're listing something, we all know where everything is, and we can reach each other and ask each other like, okay, what's going on? But we don't. I know some people probably prefer to have like an itemized list, but that's just a lot for us right now.
Yeah.
Maybe at some point if we grow and add more employees, or if something like that happens, that's a problem that we would need to solve at some point. But for the three of us right now, it's kind of just like a small family thing. And so that's it.
And it's your accountant. If you have an accountant, they would probably say to keep up with everything.
Yeah.
So that it can all be accounted for. So we should, but we don't. It's hard for me to do so.
Laura, are you talking about Market Street Liquidation is the place that we went to, or are you talking about somebody else? Because it says, would you recommend Main Street Liquidation? I'm assuming you're talking about Market Street. I would, personally. We've only had one experience with them, so it's not like we're just like, buddy with them or anything. But we did go up there. We did visit. I really liked Mike. Mm-hmm. He was very honest. Now, if you look at the way that we interviewed him and the kind of conversations he had, one of the things that I always want to talk about is like when I talk about looking somebody in the eye. Of course, we didn't really get to shake hands. We had to keep social distance.
We didn't touch hands.
Yeah, we didn't. I mean, because it was like one of those situations.
Very hard for me.
It was hard because we had to keep distance because we couldn't really wear masks and be able to have this interview at the same time. So they had to like sit separately and like face forward and not at each other. So that was a little bit awkward. But just for safety reasons, we ended up, making sure that we stayed as far apart as we could while still having this conversation. Mm-hmm. But given all of that, I appreciated the way he was very open with his answers. If he didn't know something, he just said, I don't know. I can find out for you. I don't know the answer to that question, which honestly, he knew almost I feel like he knew everything. Yeah. I felt very educated. When I looked at the pallets, I saw similarities between the things that he told me and what I was seeing on those pallets. He was not afraid to show me different parts of the warehouse and let me know what was going on. There was nothing hidden. He was very open and very honest. And I'm more willing to work with a liquidator who's willing to do that than one who's hiding things from me.
Yep. Somebody who's hiding things is somebody I want to stay away from.
Yeah.
So there's somebody that said something about there from Leslie, Arkansas.
Ooh, hey, I know where that is.
Awesome. We drive through there, up 65 to go to Market Street. So you're like an hour and, 15 minutes from us. Hour and 10 minutes, so you're pretty close.
Oh, that's a good question, Autobuff. How did you decide the price point you wanted per item without a manifest?
I don't know.
We're talking about what are we talking about? Because we did have manifest for some of the stuff that we unboxed recently.
Yes. I think for anything, I'm not a big fan of manifest. I look at the manifest. I don't go through every item on manifest that we do have because, one, they're not always accurate, but I do look at the top 20 items. And I look at what's my resale value for those. What is going to be how much in a perfect case scenario, not even perfect case scenario, but in a scenario of the average selling price currently, what's my profit potential off those top 20 items? And if those top 20 items, granted, I'm talking about a 150 item lot. If it's a small lot, it may be the top 10 items. It just depends. But if it's those top items, then I just calculate, will those items pay for the whole lot? And then if so, then the rest is profit. That's golden. I think you just expanded on the question, Autobuff, about blind bidding is scary and haven't had good luck with it. And it's true. And that's why when we blind bid, people, they tell us all the time, I had a horrible experience at liquidation.com. And we've made it pretty plain and clear, in my opinion, from the get-go, that we only purchase Amazon shelf pull pallets from liquidation.com. Those are the only pallets that we purchase on them. And that's because we've purchased enough of them to know that we expect there to be $1,200 to $1,800 in our retail value on those pallets. For other pallets, it's going to be hard to know because the way that a lot of these places and the way that Target, Amazon, these different places, they pack the pallets, that there may be $5,000 value on one pallet, but there may only be $300 value on another pallet. You never know. So blind bidding can be very scary for that very reason, because you may get 10 good pallets in a row, but then you get that pallet that was not evenly distributed, and it's bad. And I think that's why, we talked with Mike. He repalletizes a lot of the overstock pallets and stuff that he gets from Amazon in particular, because he said there may be one pallet that has 4 computers in it, and then there may be another pallet that has a bunch of robes that aren't very expensive. So he repalletizes to evenly distribute the amount of items, or the items that are on the pallet, so that more people can win, instead of one person getting $5,000 and one person getting $300. Because that one person that got $300, they'll tell way more people about their bad experience than the $5,000 person would about their experience. And you
just take a look at Facebook groups just in general. If somebody asks for feedback on a place that you do, or hey, what do you think about such and such liquidations? You'll have a lot of, it'll have great reviews and it'll be awesome, but more people will go into more detail about their poor experience than they do about their good experience.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. But hello, Mickey, and hello, there was somebody else I wanted. Lisa, let me see. Still out of Stranger, what basic tools do you recommend for people looking to invest into? You have a scale, but what else should I get? Somebody down a little bit farther down mentioned Harry Tornado. He's a reseller. And he does a lot of in-depth. He could give you more information than I could just sitting here. So that's probably a really good resource. Harry Tornado does have quite a bit of videos about like setups and picture taking stations and, you know, different things like that to help you get started in your reselling journey. So, you know, not that I don't want to answer your question. I just, he's got that down.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
so.
one of the things that we are adding. Like I think we've wrote a couple of chapters, 2 or 3 chapters of our liquidation guide. Essential tools is, I believe we cover that, essential tools.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just like it's very loose.
We
like,
cover some essential tools in there.
Yeah.
Because a lot of stuff, like you don't have to have, like I went with just a normal printer and regular paper for a long, long time. Like you don't have to go and get top of the line stuff right out the gate. Like you can have just a normal printer with a piece of paper, some tape, glue stick, pair of scissors, and then over time, just me in the upfront, I would rather invest as much as I can in inventory versus tools and supplies. I mean, you need the tools, but you can get as many supplies as you can for free. I talk about that in a video. Thank you, Deborah. I talk about that in a video that's coming out tomorrow, just about getting free shipping supplies. But just, you don't have to go and buy a bunch of expensive tools right out the gate. A scale, a tape measure, or a ruler, tape, scissors, box knife, printer, computer. That's really all you need to get started. I mean, you can take photographs really anywhere now. You need some decent lighting, but if you're going to sell on eBay, eBay has some really good tools built into their photo editing software now, where it will white out the background for you. It didn't used to do that, but now it does. So it's not as important to have the best setup as it used to be, but you can start small and grow.
Let's see. There's Sean. I am not a football fan, but he is a football fan.
That's why I asked Jessica if we can move the live stream to 6 tonight, because my beloved Kansas City Chiefs are playing tonight at 7:20. So we will. It's 6:22. This is the first official goodbye.
No, stop. No, it's not.
I've been a Chiefs fan since I was a young lad. I was a 49ers fan and a Kansas City Chiefs fan because my dad grew up in Kansas City. My grandparents would buy me Kansas City stuff. And then when Joe Montana got traded to the Kansas City Chiefs back in 1990, I became a full-fledged Chiefs fan. And I've been through some rough years with the Chiefs. Some very rough years with the Chiefs. So, go Chiefs.
Jimmy says, saw on one of those sites they had 100,000
mystery boxes, and I'm not prepared to do that yet unless they want to give us some stuff for free to unbox, because we still have to make money. I know somebody had commented somewhere about, only buying stuff to unbox that you can at least double your money, and that's partly true, but also like YouTube has become a decent revenue stream for us. Like 2 months ago it wasn't. So we are able to change up some of the things that we do now because YouTube is making money for us.
Yensil Perez is just like feeding my love language right now. They just keep messaging really nice things to me, and I'm like, oh. I did have a couple of questions. Okay, we've kind of talked a little bit about. There is. Let me see. Who was it that messaged this? Was it Lisa? Yes. Okay. So Lisa Kennedy was asking about looking into buying a pallet where they could find the best buy for their buck because you live in a small town area. I totally understand that. Like I said, I've mentioned this before, but I think that you had just joined the live stream right after I had finished it. So go back a little bit, and I talked a lot about what Best Buy actually means for a lot of people and how a lot of people don't really think about it that way. Speaking of, I do want to talk to y'all about something and find out how you feel about this. So we have recently launched YouTube memberships, and if you look down next to the subscribe button thing, you'll see a little button that says join on it. And if you go on there, there's going to be little tiers on there that kind of tell you what each tier offers. So, I've talked to you guys a lot about how I know that we have very diverse audiences with very different needs. Mm-hmm. So Joe and I have very carefully like put these tiers in order to help, I guess, to help the audience get more of what they need from us so that we could serve everything better. Uh-oh.
You're talking very slowly.
Maybe it could be me. It could just be me that I'm talking really slow or something.
She is talking really
Stop.
slow.
Anyways, so tell me if it's better. I don't know. Okay, I'm back.
We're back.
Because I'm talking faster.
She's back. Are we back? Can you hear us? Are we faster?
Okay. Yes. So there are the first two tiers are really more for like people who don't want to be resellers themselves, that may just want more access to our life and what our business is like, especially if you like the vlogs, things like that. And then, see, it was spinning. It wasn't me. The thing was spinning.
Spinning right, round, right, round.
But the next two tiers that are a little bit higher than that, those have a lot of, it's basically more of like a mentorship / coaching. It's not your typical thing. It's just, this is a place where we're going to put all these resources. A lot of people ask us, where do I get pallets? How do I get started? How do I grow my business? And I keep saying these things on these live streams, but then every single time we get more and more of those. And maybe people forget, or maybe, we got new people joining in, or people who can't be on the live stream every single time and they miss the question. I want to be able to have a place where you can go and get this information, and we can talk about it. Even in the higher tiers, I'm even willing to do kind of a more intimate setting where we really talk through, okay, what does it mean, time, space, money? Because I talk about that all the time. Time, space, money. How does that fit into your thing? Okay, we're still lost.
We just keep talking. I mean, it's got to be them, because we're here on our end, just good.
Well, it can't be all of them.
I don't know, but I'm just saying, two different signals here, and we haven't lost anything on our computer, so we have not lagged the whole time, Deborah says. So
I don't know what's going on.
Y'all may have some bad Wi-Fi.
Whatever.
Well, I mean, it's true. It's possible.
Y'all may have bad Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Only cool kids have bad Wi-Fi.
So, but also, like, what Jessica said, like, we get lots of emails. People are like, I'm getting started this. Can I just have 15 minutes of your time? And unfortunately, it's never just 15 minutes. It's never just one question. Those phone conversations always turn into like an hour. And I have a hard time saying no, but at the same time, I'm having to say no because we just don't have 15 minutes. We just don't have an hour because we've got a lot going on.
Yeah. I mean, I'm stretched thin as it is. So this is kind of my way of saying, look, I want to be able to pour into you, but I also have to pay my bills. Yeah. And I also have to do the things that I need to do to be able to homeschool my kids and live my dream as well. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can do that. I didn't know if y'all had any feedback about that or how y'all felt about that as well, because we just kind of quietly launched it. We haven't really like had this huge announcement kind of thing, because we don't want to be like, give us all your money. That's not the purpose of this. The purpose of this is we want to be able to provide you what you want, but not at the risk of like us not being able to put food on the table. Yes. If that makes sense. So,
so that is that.
Yes.
And then also, I think it was Lisa earlier asked, right now, I know a lot of people from conversations, they aren't really comfortable with a pallet, because a pallet's a big, huge thing. It's really intimidating, especially if you don't have a way to go get it. And then when it has to be delivered to you, you have to, make sure that you're there while the semi comes and doing all of those types of things. And then with that, like, it's hard. Like, a pallet's hard. I mean, pallets right now, the prices are going up on pallets. Almost every liquidator I've talked to, their prices are going up because their prices are going up. It's like, I don't know if like, there are, with Amazon specifically, there are 6 main contract holders that buy all of the goods from Amazon. In order to be considered one of those people, you have to have at least $1 million in the bank, and you have to guarantee that you're going to buy 100 truckloads a month. So there's not very many people that can do that, because Amazon doesn't want to mess around with, okay, who's going to buy these 10 truckloads? They pretty much have contracts with people, and then they just send them the trucks. Like, they don't know what's going to get in the trucks. They just have guaranteed to Amazon, I'm going to buy this many truckloads. Amazon sends them, they pay for them, and then those people, they then sell it to other liquidators, and then they're pretty much brokers, and then all of those things, it gets down. So the closer you are to the top in that supply chain as far as getting your pallets, the cheaper that they should be. But right now, there's so many places wanting pallets that it's increasing the prices, because when demand is high, prices go up. So box lots, like Autobuff just said, boxes are a great way to do. I know we've got some box lots with 888 lots that we bought how many different lots? We bought 4 different lots from them. We bought shoes, which we've already unboxed. I liked those. That unboxing will probably come out next week. We've got the health and beauty one. We've got toys. We've got sporting goods. I've been talking with bargainhour.co. They have some different business in the boxes they do. They have like clothing, they have jewelry, they have electronics boxes that we just got an electronics box that it should be here this next week. It's like $300. I forget how many items are in the box. But those are great ways to start with those. If you're in Texas, there's Texas Resale Group that they sell those types of things. There's lots of places that sell smaller lots, because there's a lot of people out there that want to start small. But then if you are in a small town, well, then selling on Facebook may not be the best option for you. Maybe it is selling on eBay or Mercari, and having smaller items that you can store on a shelf in your home or in a spare room, that's an option for you.
And Autobuff is right. He says, the smaller the lot, the easier it is to manage. I think a lot of people really underestimate. A lot of people are infatuated with the unboxing process because it's fun. It is. It's really, really fun. But there's a lot of work that goes in after it. So you get really excited. It's like Christmas morning. You unbox all this stuff.
Yes.
And then you realize, man, I really should have thrown the trash away as I started going. I should have thought about these processes before I did it all. And then next thing you know, you're drowning in inventory. You don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
You don't have anywhere to put it, things like that. So lots, it's the same process, but smaller scale. So if you can do it smaller scale and work out your processes that way, it'll be a lot less overwhelming when you do eventually move into pallets.
Yeah. And Jessica and I, we've explored buying some larger electronics pallet, not large electronics, but electronics pallets that have 800 to 1,000 items on the pallet, and then breaking them down into like lots of 25 or 50 and offering them to people like you that may want to buy from us because of that trust. So we're exploring it. We haven't finished talking about it, but it's something that we've definitely talked about. The pallets are pretty expensive. They're pretty expensive, but if you guys are interested, it may be something that we look at doing to help you guys get started. So yes.
Yep.
I feel like I'm talking a lot. How about you talk for a little while?
You were doing a great job. I was really enjoying your information. You were like very articulate. Apparently I'm not very articulate today because I was trying to say stuff and it wasn't working. So.
Fine.
You were doing great.
Fine.
You were doing great. I'll let you know if you start talking to me.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, I love selling smaller electronics on eBay. I definitely need a pallet with smaller electronics.
I love
electronics. Look, Autobuff says great job. See, I'm not the only one who thinks you're doing a great job.
I love selling electronics. They sell so well on eBay. It's like the number one category on eBay is electronics. I love it.
Oh, Sean, thank you.
Yes.
Very good.
I always think of Return of the Mac, because his name's Sean Mac. Sean Mac Fun. You know that song?
I don't know
when
why.
When was that song from?
But I always think of that guy from Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead, the funny one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. You need to sing something.
Sings.
She was trying. She had her guitar out earlier. One of these days, I'm gonna record her singing on her guitar, and I'm gonna sneak it into a vlog because I love to hear her sing and play her guitar.
I mean, I enjoy it. I don't know. It's different when you play in front of people. Like when you play, I mean, when you're playing and there are people around, it feels different than if you're purposely playing for someone else, if that makes sense. If that makes sense.
Claire asked, "What
I just sang for you. I just sang.
Did you sing?
If that makes sense.
Yes.
If that makes sense."
Claire, I thought there was a link down in the description to our eBay store, but apparently there's not. There is in our other videos. There is in our other videos, but we're the Family Flips Community Market. It's our public store. We've been really focusing on it because locally things have somewhat slowed down here in Conway as far as local sales. And plus, we're gearing up for the holiday mad rush of fourth quarter, so we're trying to get as much stuff listed on eBay as possible. I think we've got, I don't know, we didn't have very many items listed on this particular eBay store until recently. I think we had like maybe 100, 110 items, but now we've got close to 400 items listed there. And between Whitney and Wally, they're listing around 200 items a week. So probably in the next month or so, we should have over 1,000 items. But that's why I like those small lots, because we can get those listed very quickly with our system and process. So let me see if Lucas, I don't think I got a little head cold. Not now, I did. The Springfield allergies, it messed with me, and I gave it to Lucy. It's not corona, I promise you. I've looked at the symptoms. It's not that. So yes. Rebecca asked, flea market day. Our flea market is not a specific day. We actually have, here in Arkansas, we have their antique malls, flea markets, where they are open usually 6 or 7 days a week from like 10 to 5, 10 to 6 or what have you. We have a designated booth in there. The flea market booth, the operator of the business that we pay our rent to, they pay an hourly employee to man the register to look over the store. And then as our items sell, we get the money for it. And our flea market's something that we are in the talks of about changing some things. I kind of introduce my frustrations with the flea market in a vlog that will probably go out on Saturday or Sunday. I don't know when we're going to do the unboxing video. It'll probably come out Sunday, because I think Saturday we'll be putting out another unboxing video from it's an Amazon. It's a customer return pallet. We weren't sure of it first. We thought it was another kind of pallet, but there was a mistake. But it'll come out Sunday, talking about the flea market.
Thanks for hitting the like button.
So yes, I am growing impatient with the flea market.
It's all a process. I think the big part of our vlogs is we're not doing the vlogs. I know some of you don't watch it, but if you did watch it, the vlogs, the point of those is not to tell you all the things that are going right. And in fact, a lot of things that we talk about are things that don't go right. It's about when we encounter a problem, what do we do about it? You know I haven't been on the vlogs a lot lately because I'm still trying to balance a lot of things. I put a lot on
her work, her plate.
And it's one of those things that at some point it's all going to balance out and I'll be able to add it back in. But I don't think I could do another thing. I know the idea of the vlogs, and I think the big thought behind it and why Joe and I continue to do it, even though it's not the most popular thing, is that we want to be able to display what problem solving in a business like this looks like. We can show you, sometimes we'll say in an unboxing, because we only really have like 1 to 2 minutes per item. And if we did any more than that, and then I have to cut down what is done from that to like 10 to 30 seconds. Yeah. Otherwise the video is going to be like 4 hours long, however long it took us to film it. So, the point of the vlogs is if we comped something and turns out it sold for more or it sold for less or we messed up and thought it was one thing when it was actually another thing, we can correct those things in the vlogs and say, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like that's, because when I saw that, I didn't think it was that thing. Well, it probably wasn't. And, we don't know everything there is to know about every little thing that we get.
It's intense filming those things.
It is. It's very exhausting because you have to, I don't know, you have to know a lot very quickly. And sometimes you just or sometimes you'll say something, you're like, that's not really what I meant to say. Like I'll say something, like I said something about a car seat that it would be really hard to find or something, and I was like, it's not hard to find. I don't know why I said that. I just said it, know. So just trying to get through those efficiently because you have 10,000 other things to do when you're done filming it.
Yeah.
So
and those unboxings, we don't have 10 hours to film an unboxing video. Like we're trying to get them filmed in like 2 hours. Or less, and then editing takes another 4, 5, 6 hours, depending on how long it took us to film.
We're getting better, though.
Yes. So the unboxing videos, like it's just we make a lot of assumptions on conditions a lot of times and prices, just because we don't have the time to do it. Like the unboxing videos, they are educational, but strange enough, we make those for entertainment and throw in some education because it's important. That's just who we are. Like we're teachers at heart.
Yeah.
So it's just part of what we do. Some people would probably love us to just entertain only and not talk about any prices, but just show all the cool things and get our reactions and responses. But
I mean, we may do fun unboxing someday, but not right now. I just feel like we're still a teaching network, and we will be for as long as we can be. If every now and then we want to do like a fun, like some people had mentioned, like we did a poll earlier. Some people had mentioned like the snack boxes or the unclaimed luggage and stuff like that. And I'm not opposed to that for sure. I think that would be really, really fun. Just especially with
I want to do. I think the snack boxes would be fun. I know it's not really reseller related. But we're entertainment based. But if we added one of those a week, I think it would be fun. Until like we have to eat like a fried tarantula.
I won't eat a fried tarantula. I won't do
something.
It. I won't do it. I can't. I can't.
I'd probably do it for the tubes.
I don't like any kind of spider.
Just nothing stinky because I have a gag reflex.
Unclaimed luggage is dirty laundry. Oh, that's so true.
I mean, I used to work at an airport, and I worked at a hotel too. So it's like, I know what was left over there.
Tom, listen, that is not the first time you have said sneaky stuff. Listen now.
But we didn't after we unboxed the undeliverable mail, I was nervous. I was so nervous when we put it out. Like, I thought people were going to hate it. I didn't think that you guys were going to like it just because it was so different than what we have done. But it really opened my eyes to what you, as a whole, what people that watch our channel like. I mean, I know there's 86 watching, those who watch live. Like, y'all are kind of like the loud minority, but like all the comments and stuff like that, we haven't ever had a video get so many comments before. So I was pleasantly surprised about how much.
I kind of enjoyed that.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then even the 8/8 lots, like the HBA.
I'm just loud.
I didn't know how y'all were going to do because it was all kind of the same category, even though it was all different kind of stuff. But we've only got like 1 thumbs down on that. Like, usually we'll get a good 10 or 15 or 20 thumbs down. I think there's a couple people that like, every vlog I make, like they get the notification and then they just thumbs down.
Yeah.
And then they don't even watch because it's just like, it's like clockwork.
I do have some spunk.
I like it too.
I do have some spunk. Somebody asked about my dress. These are almost 5 years old.
Has it been that long?
Yeah. January 17th.
Yeah. Our anniversary's on Saturday, and we
forgot.
We forgot about it. Whitney reminded us.
Whitney goes, "Are you and Joe going to do something this weekend for your anniversary?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she goes, and I was like, "Our anniversary isn't until it's September." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
We had planned on kind of celebrating it last weekend because we were going to go to Memphis because Jessica's friend had a
baby
shower like an hour from Memphis, and we were going to go to Memphis, but then we decided to go to Springfield, Missouri instead, and 2 trips in the same week. That's just not very good financial decisions.
It's not a very good energy decision.
Yeah. So yeah, it's Saturday.
Y'all, we made it to September 2020.
What is that
Hey,
mean?
she's a member.
Thank you, Jessica. You're the first member on here. I know Shannon Webster was the first Patreon member, so we will always remember Jessica Stewart and Shannon Webster. That's awesome. Thank you. That's so cool.
Now, every time she comments or posts, she gets a badge.
Cool.
And it highlights.
That's neat.
So it doesn't matter whichever one you're in.
Is it highlighted for other people?
Does everybody else see that? I don't know. We've never done this before. Thanks for the anniversary wishes.
Yeah.
I'm looking. Only clowns thumbs down a channel like this. Silhouette of a stranger. I really like you.
You should have seen the comment that I shared on my Facebook page.
Don't say the words though. Okay, so
they didn't like us.
They see it. They see it. They see the bright green thing.
This person, he did not like us. He's like, I don't know what it is about these people, but I don't like them. And pretty much the gist was like,
that's so cool.
It's
like
nice.
Green. I'm sorry. Tell your story, but I'm just like fascinated by this.
He was just
the
gist of it. He hated us so much that he wanted us to know that he wanted to be able to film his scary voice and put it in a video or a recorded audio so that we would listen to it
and go into a homicidal rage
and kill each other on YouTube. So I just said, nah, bro, you know your voice isn't that scary. So, yeah. I'm like, why?
I'm like, those ones aren't as hurtful. Like, sometimes people say stuff that you're like, but it's like those ones where you have like a little bit of truth. Like, there's a little bit of truth to it, and you're like...
Clearly, they're having a bad day. Clearly.
Maybe.
Clearly.
It very obviously bothered him more than it did us.
It did. I was like, man, that's funny. Yeah. Yep.
Somebody said that they wanted to be able to do the thing and they couldn't see it. There's a join button, like down by the subscribe button. It says join, and you can pick yours from there. That's so cool.
Yeah. Can we show it on here?
Show it on where?
On my
phone. They can all see it. They can all see this. They said that they can see them. Is his screen name Charlie Manson?
It was crazy.
See, and then look, every time they type, their name is green, and they've got. I think I'm gonna change the little things though.
We're gonna get some colorful family.
We need some family flips, like colorful ones. Like the green looks nice, but then the little picture thingies I made, I don't know how I feel about that. I think they could be better.
Mickey or Mikey?
Is it Mickey or it looks like I think it's Mickey.
I'm not one for pronunciating anyways. In case you've watched our video, I'm not very good at them. Ooh, she's got little emojis.
Oh yeah, the emojis. Look, I made one. Look at y'all. Look at this. Is so much fun. No, it's a horse. It says dark horse.
Oh. Yeah, because that one celeb pub or
pie
celebpie.com said that we were the dark horses.
We're all the dark horses.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know. I was learning how to do it. Now that I know what it looks like, I'm like, I'm gonna do something different.
We appreciate y'all's support. That means a lot to us. It does. It's very supportive.
Your subscribe is blocked for kid content. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Like your subscribe button, like on your YouTube channel? Look at all these weird emojis. Does everybody have weird emojis like this? How did I not know?
Oh, funny story about, those are called emojis?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't do emojis. I try and it gets me in trouble.
Because he does the wrong
when I do.
ones.
I was texting Jessica's best friend, Sarah, which she's in here sometimes. She's my friend too, but she's Sarah's friend. So I had texted her and used an emoji, but apparently that was the emoji that you used when you want to hook up with somebody. So I was telling my wife's best friend that I wanted to hook up with her. So another example. I don't want to use emojis.
And then you wash your hands.
Okay.
Where are y'all getting these YouTube emojis?
I don't know. That's crazy. So anybody have any questions that we missed?
Y'all
Because
are
of
so
all the emojis.
Y'all are so
What
much
are y'all
fun.
saying? I don't know what y'all are trying to say. Can I get the ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics key to know what y'all are trying to say?
What is that one? It's two people waving at each other. We're the bomb.
Does that mean we're about to explode? So
Touch elbows. Sanitize your hands.
I don't know. Is that what it is next to the? Ah.
Oh my gosh! Look at all these custom emojis. Wow! Look at this kitty cat in a box.
What?
Look, I did kitty cats in a box.
Oh, I'm so confused.
Wow.
Emojis took over the live stream.
This is fascinating.
Oh Lord. You know what she's gonna be doing when I'm watching the Chiefs game? She is gonna be on YouTube looking at these different emojis buttons. Oreos. I like Oreos.
It depends. Is there milk involved?
Yeah.
Because if there's milk involved, it's Oreos. If there is no milk involved, Chips Ahoy.
I like to drown the Oreo in the milk. And the way that you know that the Oreo is finished is you gotta wait for the bubbles to stop coming to the surface.
Elbows, eat some Chinese. Pet the kitty, pet the kitty.
Oh
that
my gosh.
kitty's doing a thing. Then dab and monkey. Then get healed and go on YouTube.
It's because of Jessica, Tom, that I get serious sometimes. I don't know if y'all could tell in the vlogs. I've got to make it purposeful to have more fun in the vlogs. Maybe that's why people don't watch them. I don't know.
Can anybody else see the join button? Like, did I mess something up somewhere and I'm the only one that can see the join button?
No, two other people.
See? Julian! Julian! Julian!
And who's it? Brandy's the Chief. She's the Chiefs. What, Desi? Who's the Chiefs fan? Brandy? I'm getting lost with all of these emojis. I don't know what's going on anymore. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's me too, Brandy. That's why we got to do the live stream early tonight so that I
that's
go watch
obvious.
the Chiefs.
I'm like, can y'all see the join button? Obviously, like 3 people have already joined.
Anybody else see the 4?
Yeah! Woo! Wayne! Wayne! Jessica, Mickey, Julian, and Wayne.
Did we say it was Mickey?
I don't know. She hasn't corrected me, or he. You have not corrected me.
Awesome. Yes, I love the Chiefs. Is Lucas?
Oh, I don't know. Lucas is probably mad.
Lucas. The kids, I'm very surprised that they are letting us go on this long. Because Lucy's not feeling very well. She had a fever just this morning. And then Lucas, he's feeling a little warm earlier this afternoon. So they're doing well. But they didn't watch much. They didn't watch any TV or anything or tablets today. So they're back there vegging out. We try to limit how much they have, So tonight they're playing the Houston Texans. It's a rematch between the AFC divisional game in which the Chiefs were getting their butts kicked 24-0, but they came back and scored a lot of points. So did I miss any questions anywhere? I know Jessica got very involved with all of the emojis. It must be a setting maybe on some people's stuff. Maybe, I don't know if you're on a phone, maybe the phone, maybe it's on a computer. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I can send a link. I think there may be a link somewhere that I might be able to send, and that might do it. Let's see. maybe that will do it. So, yeah, Silhouette, you may be, I don't know. Is he not happy?
No, I'm going to have to go here in a minute.
I guess this will be our second official goodbye. Because the first one I gave it like 40 minutes ago. No, I don't think it's got to be. Other people are having issues too, Deborah.
Something's going on somewhere.
It may be a setting on your specific, like, I don't know.
Now, I know Jessica said that if you're on a phone and you're watching, you may have to back out of the live chat.
And then go back in.
Go back out of the live chat and then, like, go to the subscribe button.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Did we read it?
I got it.
So, I will say, I had heard about that. It was it was sad. It's hard. Very, very hard. But I know for me, I guess I could talk about it with you guys. It's what, September now? And we have the election in November. And I'm not getting political, but as a small business owner and as a business operator and as an entrepreneur and other people out there who also are looking into this business and getting started in this business, like, I'm a little nervous with how things are going with the economy, with the election coming, that, like, we've been debating whether to buy a truckload this next month or actually here in a couple of weeks, or buy a bunch of pallets, one, to be able to resell some of those pallets locally, but also because it's a lot cheaper for us to buy pallets in bulk. But with everything going on, I'm having a hard time wanting to do that. Like, I'm thinking about slowing things down a little bit and looking at things a little bit longer before I go more in. I mean, if you're doing part-time and you have like a full-time job or a regular job, it probably isn't as nerve-wracking of a situation. What are you laughing at now?
Julian, every new member, extend your life by 5 minutes. I'm just catching up, y'all. I was taking care of Lucas.
But as people like us who we do this full-time, and you don't know, like, you don't know, that not knowing, and not that I'm like, but like, I'm somewhat hesitant, because I'm like, I want to leave money in the bank and not buy a bunch of inventory up. So that's kind of my thought process. That I know we had talked in some live streams about buying some pallets and maybe having some available for sale, and I'm thinking about waiting on that. I know I haven't really talked about it with you yet.
I'm kind of relieved to hear you say it, honestly. The slow mover in me is like...
but I'm just like, we just go slow and steady for a little bit long. I used to, like, I don't know, something's changed in me the last month probably. I used to be like very quick to make decisions. I think that's why I was very successful in the restaurant world. Is I could sit back and analyze, but as a shift manager in a restaurant, you didn't have time to sit back and analyze things. Like, you had to make decisions very, very quickly, or else the shift could go bad. So I was always used to making decisions. Why am I saying that all messed up now? Deciding things quickly. I don't know why my brain's not wanting to pronunciate that quickly. But I don't know, just maybe I finally understood what she needed. Everybody on here always is like, you guys work so great together.
Not all the time.
We don't.
I mean, we do. We do, because we worked really hard, but there's always room for improvement.
Yeah. So we're waiting a little bit. Brandy, you can get pallets from Market Street. They have pallets, like Amazon return pallets, that start at like $300. They go up. They have some pallets that cost $1,500, some pallets that are like $2,600, because there's a lot of expensive items in there.
Yeah.
But they've got a wide variety of prices. But I think anywhere you can get a good pallet, probably around $500, $400 probably, and be able to kind of double your money. I know, talking with Mike, is he He likes for people to be able to at least double their money. I think with pallet liquidation, that's a good margin. I know a lot of people who go garage selling in thrift stores, they look at doubling your money. They're like, heck no. But in my opinion, it's a good investment. Like, I don't know what investor out there in the world would say investing $400 in getting your investment back within a month. I think any investor would do that. But it is costly. I know they do run different specials and such. I think I don't know where Brandy's at. I think, no, that was Mickey, right? Mickey? Yes, is in Wichita. So I'm not exactly sure where you're located at, Brandy.
Sorry, I'm reading.
Yes. Julie, we thought about, they just changed ownerships. We had briefly thought about trying to take over the store, but we quickly dismissed it because the building is not set up for what we want to do. And plus, with the economy, if y'all see every decision that we're making, there are no long-term commitments. Like with the office space, with the storage unit, we can get out of any of those
at any time.
And no long-term commitments. And I think
that's one of the reasons, that we really consider. That's why we bought that trailer instead of getting like a truck. Because the truck, we would be under that for a while.
Yep.
This one, it's easier. We can use the vehicle that we already have.
Yep. So, Brandy, I know also, like, one thing you may look at doing if you don't want to buy a pallet, they have bargain bins where they put a lot of items in the bargain bins. I think the prices are like maybe $5 or $6, where you can go and you can find items there to be able to resell. That might be something for you to do if you don't want to spend $400 or $500, but maybe you want to go and buy 20 items and spend $100. It may be a good option for you because it's a good option. So,
yay! All right, guys, we are getting close to that time that we have to get off.
Yep.
Joe is ready to watch his football game. Foosball game.
I'm okay with the game. There's a lot of stuff I'd like to talk about, but this isn't the place to talk about it.
And you would not be off in time to watch the game.
Yes. So, but yes,
I'm gonna work on better emojis and stuff for real. For all you members out there, I think it'll be great. But I like seeing all the little green.
Yes, thank you all of you that are supporting us. You'll hear a whiny dog. It really means a lot that you would want to invest in us. And granted, there's an added value, a level of access that you get from us. And that's why, with different price points of what we have, each one requires a lot more time, more dedicated videos, more dedicated stuff. So we appreciate all of you.
Uncle Bo! Yeah, Pixie! Woo, woo! Woo, 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 woo. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making noises now. Uncle Bo knows.
I think you're talking about the wine stopper that we got.
We said that they were cane thingies, but a lot of people said they were wine caps. I was like, I can kind of see that.
Yeah, that was a fun video because there was so much stuff we had no idea. We had no idea what it was.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah, we were just making stuff up. Like the toe ring cuff thing. No idea.
No,
I have no idea.
No.
I never would have guessed that.
Yeah. We may end up selling some of this stuff in a lot if y'all are interested. It's currently in a bin. Like $5 takes it all.
That's a good idea. Let's pick a day and time to converge on Mike at once.
Yes.
We'll just all show up at the same time.
We're trying to coordinate it to when he gets trucks in.
Brandy?
She is.
I am the funnier one.
She is so much funny. I say that she is funnier than me because she brings out the fun in me. She really does. I've said that since we first got married and started doing the YouTubes.
The YouTubes?
The YouTubes.
Is it the same as the Walmarts?
The Walmarts she brings out the fun in me. she helps me slow down and enjoy the moment. She really does.
He brings me down to earth and makes sure I spend time doing and not just dreaming. So we work well together.
Sometimes.
Your hair's so soft right now.
I know I need to cut it.
Is it from that 888
No, I haven't started using that yet, but I probably will. It's the shampoo I'm using is from a bottle of shampoo that we got from a small box palette like 2 years ago.
I was like touching his hair. I'm like, it's so soft.
Well, I only wash it like once a week, once every 2 weeks, you know? Well, in the buzz cut, you really don't have to, you know? I don't know. We're just talking after we say goodbye. So we appreciate y'all. And we will, the next time we are in Springfield as a couple, we will plan ahead.
And let everybody know.
And let everybody know.
And then we can converge on Mike.
Mike would love it.
Mike would, I think he would really like that.
Yeah, he would. He would be happy. I know as a business operator, he always gets nervous with this. We thought, I want to say one more thing and then we'll go. Because I just thought it was fascinating. Like, we're worried about buying bad pallets, you know. You get a bad pallet. Like, he gets bad truckloads. Like,
I can't even imagine.
Like, because he's made commitments to some of his suppliers that he's going to buy this many trucks, no matter what's on it. And, like, he's got, like, in his warehouse, like, he's got some pallets of, like, Target bathrobes. He's probably got 15 or so pallets still that are, like, as tall as I am.
You almost elbowed me in the face.
Sorry.
In front of everybody.
And, but he said he had, like, 22,000 of these bathrobes. And, you know, normally, like, those pallets he probably could have sold for, like, $800 or $900. But he's not selling a pallet of bathrobes for $800 or $900. And I'm like, you know, some loads he'll get like 5 pallets of chips. So
that's when you take those pallets and put one on each of, sprinkle them.
And he does, and that's why he has pallets of chips up front.
You sprinkle some chips and you sprinkle some bathrobes.
And I'm like, man, that's scary. It's like, that's why some people that buy truckloads, like, they want the manifest, even though the manifest is hardly ever right. So we're going to go bye-bye on that note. We appreciate y'all.
We do. We really do appreciate you guys. We love you. Thank you guys so much for the support. And until next time. Peace. This one up here. This one up here, babe. Not the computer, no.
I was fixing to do it.